Let's talk slots. First off, I'd like to give a shout out to my sponsor, Slot Butter. Their slogan is, "We're pink, but we don't stink." Slot Butter. Alright. What I'd like to do today is get back on track after burning up all my beautiful balanced armatures from Hardin Creek. Being a dummy, over shimmying. So the story goes, I bought 3 balanced armatures. Blew up 2, got one in my Viper, and got her shimmied. So this is what she sounds like now, shimmied up. 15 on the outside of the cage, 10 next to the crown on the inside of the cage. Hardin Creek had 10 in there, I think, already. But I got it shimmied. I got the left-right play out. There's still a little bit, but it's fitting up there pretty snug. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'll find out if it blows up. But really didn't get a lot of this out. Maybe a little bit. But it sounds better. Doesn't rattle as much. I'll let you be the judge of that. Oh, come on, better. Oh, he's got his pinion on a different side because he's got his magnets on the other side. So a positive forward on a Viper is positive on the passenger side. See, that sounds better now. Go back in the videos and listen to the other Vipers. And now I shimmied up. Slots technique. It sounds like it's got better throttle response as well because those gears are tight, so they move like right now. Can't tell me that don't sound better. See, but Viper, their product is mass produced for the masses. So they're not going to do all this stuff. This is in the custom world. That's our bread and butter right there. Did you say butter? Yeah. Sponsors make me do that every now and then, say butter. But yeah, man, I'm thrilled with it. I put the balanced armature in. You can see right here the marks from it being balanced. I shimmied up this 15 thousandths on the other side of this bushing, motor bushing. And it's not a roller bearing motor bushing, it's a solid piece of brass. I didn't know, I tore it apart. I reverse engineered it somewhat. Figure out what the hell's going on. So I can be a better upgrader of my Viper. But yeah, man, it sounds way better than it did. Listen to that. Now you got some, throttle response. So yeah, so now I got a balanced armature. I'll do a run video sometime. Um, so I took my old Viper armature and put it in here, my S1, slots 1, and doubled up all my magnets, top and bottom. Boom. We can get maximum downforce I can. But I'm having problems with the mesh. I think my pinion might be too far up. So I may have to cut this shaft after all. I was thinking I could get by with it. But I think my pinion... See, this thing looks square. But it may be tapered a little bit so that the pinion is riding way too tight. Now this isn't shimmy that much. This ain't the way I shimmy. I like it a little tighter than that. I took the shimmy out because it won't run good even on a battery. Listen to that. Come on, battery. So, I mean, it runs fine on a track, but there's more juice. You know, my theory is this. When I shimmy and stuff, I should be able to take a 9-volt battery and it should kick. Like this Viper here, I shimmied it. That kicks. Oh man, that's sounding good though, isn't it? With that balanced armature. I'm getting me some more. Next ones I get, I ain't gonna blow up. But yeah, what I think I'm gonna do is my brother-in-law's got a grinder. I'll go out there and bust some off, come back in, test it. The first thing I'm gonna do, if you look, I still have a little play right in here. Just that little itty bitty space between the gear saver and the top of the pinion gear. I'm thinking if I move this crown and pinion with my Hardin Creek hub and press tool and move it just a little bit, it might take some of this tension off and it might be okay. If that works, I'm in. If not, I'm going to do the grinding on this armature. Now see, I got a little play in there, so that shouldn't be holding up, you know, my action. That little bit's fine. In my opinion. I think what the deal is with the gear being too tight in the gearbox. But this is my old Viper armature. So I took my old Viper, put it in here, and blew 2 balanced ones up by overspacing. Alright, on to the video. It's kind of some follow-up smack. Excuse me. I don't want to do a discussion on a basic 440 basic essentials. Because I'm building an S1. I'm already over 50, 60, 70 bucks on my S1. Alright? I'll get to the numbers later. And then I was going to also do what you could do without. So I'm building my S1 the best I can. And then I'm going to do videos saying how much it costs me. And then what I can do without. And the cost difference. Alright. So this video here is kind of similar in a way. I'm going to discuss the essentials you need for a Tyco build. What I think is important. Alright. 1, we need some spacers. I think that's a 10. These are from Wizard at wizardhighperformance.com. These are all 10, I think. This is how I space up my engine. Where's the darn? There's a 15. I think I was putting 25 in the front on a stock Tyco armature, okay? Not the Viper armature, not the balanced Viper armatures, okay? They're different. They're different. The shanks, the pinion shaft, and the engine shaft are the same, but there's a different length in them, or something's going on there, man. You know, you have to customize them to get them work right in a Tyco, I think. See, I've only took the Viper and tried to put it in my Lucky Bob's bulkheads deal. Yeah, you know about that. I haven't never taken a Viper motor and tried to put it into a Tyco and shimmy it. So I don't know that yet, you know. I will down the road when well, no, because I'm not going to do that. Down the road, I'm planning on running with these Lucky Bob bulkheads because they got the bushings. You know, to me, that's an essential, but not to you. To you, that won't be essential, what I'm talking about today. But me, I have a different essential list. And that's part of the hobby. Everyone has a different point of view, what they want to do with their cars, and so forth. I know one thing, I love these super ties. Big fat ties and everything. I want it. I need it. Which turns me on. Alright. So we're going to do the basics. Okay, what are the basics? Alright. Well, Harding Creek O-ring setup. We need that. Alright. See, I don't have extra. I got extra hubs I could put on here. On this one. But this one hasn't had anything done to it. It's kind of basic. So, the only thing I'm going to do is take this apart and shimmy it. Okay, but because this has got magnets on it. It's got the rear end on it, the pinion, it's got everything I want on it, other than the motor shimmy. You know, I could have more magnets on top. All right, for my Tyco basic theory I'm talking about here. So these shimmies are for the motor. I already got shimmies on the rear. All right. So if I had this Tyco, I would pop off these wheels. Let me touch on these chassis. I can't. Nah. These are both China. So all China chassis are good. If you get any China chassis, buy them. Those are the strong ones. Those are the best. Okay? Now, those are best out of all the best. They're the best of the best. Okay? Of the reinforced horn ones. Okay? And the reason being, okay, if you like wide, they're wider. Let me pop these wheels off. Use your tweezers, go in there by the horn, pop with your finger. This ain't been off in a while. Come on, baby. Yeah, my hands ain't working so well anymore. What the hell was I going to say? Oh, yeah. The reason the China ones are preferable, and these are both China. Here, let me grab a good, this one's a good Malaysia. This has got the reinforced horns. Let me show you. Go in here by the horn. Pop with your tweezers. Push with your finger. Alright. I'm going to talk about this in my follow-up video, but since I got you here, the reason the China one is better than all the other ones, the Malaysia ones that are like this, and the Hong Kong ones that have the horn reinforced, okay, this is the front frame horn. That's what they call them on real automobiles. So this would be the frame, this outer frame rail. This is the frame going around the cage. It's all this outer stuff is the frame. So these are the frame horns that go up to the bumper on a real car. Okay? The reason the China ones are better is they have a longer wheelbase. Alright? Put this battery up here. Man, everything's slippery. Okay, if you see that. That China one, this one here on my right. I don't know where you at. God damn. Doggone it. This is important. I want you to see it. My thumb's in the way. Let me just hold it. This ain't working. If you look, the one in my right hand is wider. Okay? Look. Let me get you some light on that. It's very important. Alright? Yeah, I know you gotta see that. You ain't that blind. Alright? Now look. The China one, yeah, I'm gonna watch my slang. It's another thing. I want this to be a user-friendly station. So yeah, the China ones are the top shelf, the best of the best. Whereas, you know, this is China and this is China, so I'm riding good. So yeah, the China ones are wider. They have a wider wheelbase, and what that means, okay, is you have more of a square. Alright? So when you go around turns and corners, your wheels sit on each corner. Alright? So that's going to make your platform more stable. Alright? So if you had a triangle or something with narrow, like say narrow front, more narrow, then your wheels are going to be offset. The wheels are inside the box, people. Those ain't wheels. Then you would be off. Your center of gravity would be off. Like this would be the center. You know what I mean? Like if this is a center here and this is a center here, from wheel end to wheel end, this center of gravity is off from this center of gravity. So if you're going around a corner and you got a square, you'll be stable. But if you go around a corner and you got a triangle, when this goes to pull this way, this wheel is going, well, this wheel right here is going to want to flip. The weight's going to want to go this way. You'll derail. Now, this also has to do with wheel size. So, if once you go outside on either one of these, like I'm doing with my fat super tires, you go from corner to corner, you create a triangle now. So your center of gravity is going to be off. Okay? So, like me putting on these fatties and these. Here's my body here. Alright, if you look, my tires are outside. This tire should be going to the center of this tire. So this tire technically should only be coming out this far. For this to be centered gravity. Alright, so this would go in a straight line, boom, boom. But now I'm going out to here now. Now the straight line is this way. Okay, from the outer tire to the outer tire. And now my center of gravity is off. If I went into a hairpin turn too far, I'd probably crash. Whereas if this was squared off this way, I would be more stable going into a turn. So this vehicle squared off like this would want to flip this way. Alright. This one flipped this way would want to flip more like this way. Okay. This some geometry teacher out there is gonna talk smack about me. I don't care. Why? I shut off my comments today. Yeah. But I'd like to give a shout out to the people that are subscribing to me. Thank you very much. I want to, try to provide some decent content and watch my mouth. I think I have some kind of decent ideas, theories. So, these are both China. We're good. So, a little smack on the chassis. The wheel, get the ones from China, the best. The other ones, if they're not from China, they're great too. They're the second best. Okay. Between Hong Kong and Malaysia, I really can't find a difference. China, in Malaysia and Hong Kong, China, it has a wider front end. So me, I'm all about the bigger front end, man. So that's the way I'm going to go with China as being my best chassis of choice. I think that helps me because I'm running with the fatty tires a little bit. So that lets me put my wheels out not that much further. You know what I mean? We're talking a difference in the length from a China one to a Malaysia one would be like the Malaysia one comes up halfway on this as far as overall length. The thickness of this and the thickness of this on Malaysia and Hong Kong is equal to this. This horn just comes out wider. If you look at it, it kind of comes out and up. Comes up to here, curves, and then goes straight. So this is a little bit wider. Like, here's the Hong Kong. And this is a good one. Alright. If you look at it, and it's got my double pickup shoes. I was trying to pop the shoe off. Alright. Damn, I'll pop this one off too. This has single pickup, so there. That's what I was trying to do. If you look at them, alright, this one goes straight. And even though it's reinforced, it goes straight. It's because this from here to here is smaller than the China one. If you look at the China one seems to come up and go out this way. Visually, if you look at it. So, the China one has a wider wheelbase up front. So, pick up shoes. Which one? These are both good, so throw one back on. So the so just put this on, jiggle it, get it under. See how it's already going under before you put it up here. You know, you gotta be poking in and stuff like that. Just do it right. That's what we're talking about. Here, let's do the tweezers, man, for your single pickup spring. Did I get it? Nah. Let's try it again. See, when you do these, you kind of got to put them in and then move your tweezers that way. If you move this way, it'll pop it over this ridge. That's what I kind of found. So I can move it in, put it there, and then move my tweezers out this direction. See, I'm on. Okay, let's get back on the program. Alright, so the only thing we really need, do you need double pickup shoes? Springs? No. Do you need aftermarket shoes on a Tyco? No. Do you need a long pin? No. Do you need a front axle assembly? Yes. Put this on your list. You need that because your front axles are probably jacked, bent. These are new, high-tech, 20th century Fox type crap. And you'll get an axle. That's from Hardin Creek. It's probably going to be brand new, straight. Alright? Do you need these magnets? You don't. I recommend you getting them. So your car is not going to have a long pin. You might as well have the magnets to stay in the groove. Alright? Do you need the rear end? Yeah. You need the high-tech hubs, man. You don't want to run with this antique crap. These hubs ain't even true. They're probably all wobbly. These are CNC machined from Hardin Creek. Yeah, you need these. You can pick the 723. Now you're going in. You got once you change over to this setup, you got gear options, ring and pinion options. You got hub sizes, choices. And you're going to a far more superior machined, perfectly round type product, whereas Tyco was mass produced and they've been jacked with over the years, and you'll get hubs that'll be like out of whack, bent, cracked, people using pulling tools on them and gouges in it. See, I messed this up already in here by being offset on my puller. Alright, so that's kind of what we need. We need good shoes, but they can be stock Tyco. We don't need double pickup springs. If we wanted double pickup springs, we could take two Tyco ones, put one on each side of this shoe. See, it's got another hookup over here. So, okay, what would I do for my basic build? My basic build. Alright. I would get... Yeah, I guess... This is supposed to be a budget build, man. Budget build. I keep forgetting. So budget build means don't get anything you don't need. Alright? You don't need, Wizard extended, they have Tyco shoes that instead of being bent here, go down here. I bought a bunch of them. Here, I'll show you. You don't need them. Shit. I got a bunch of Tycos still. This is my parts tube. I was going to do yeah, these are all Tyco, brand new. I bought the Wizards one just so I had brand new shoes. I've never even put a Wizard on. I'm going to do a review on this. Not a review, but a talk about on my parts tube. So these are brand new Wizard shoes. I'll pull one out and show you. Yeah, do a cut. Come on. Yeah, so they got a, I guess they call that a step down. So this is your stock Tyco. It comes down here in steps, whereas this doesn't. Okay? But do you need them? Do you need these? No, you don't. Okay? You know, I mean, they're thinner. You know, they're not as wide, but you know, the rail's not over here. You know what I mean? It's underneath the shoe. I mean, there's good quality shoe, but can you go through life running your Tyco with stock shoe? Yeah. This is a hell of a shoe, man. It's good and wide, man. It's nice, man. You know? So, I don't know. I bought these, man, just to make sure I had shoes. You know? You don't need shoes. Alright? Do you need double pickup springs? No, you don't. You need the front end. You need some magnets to improve your traction. Do you need these motor magnet slabs? Do you need these back Pro 8s from Hardin Creek? You don't really need them. I say get them. Because one thing I've noticed with the Pro 8 magnets, they tighten up this whole back chassis so there's less flex. He's got to, I only installed one set. I got 3 more cars to install. But they fit tighter in this box area. Okay, if you look at the bottom, all right, see this gap in here? There's no gap. Well, there's a little gap. But they fit tighter in the overall box. Maybe from top you can see. I don't know, the thickness maybe. Yeah, look at the thickness on the sides. Okay, this is Hardin Creek's magnet. This is stock Tyco. Alright. You know, this stock Tyco is loose, look. This Hardin Creek ain't. See? Look at that. This Hardin Creek installed on your Tyco strengthens it because it doesn't allow the chassis to flux. Look at, okay. Or flex, excuse me, flux. That's welding. See, now look how much more. Look in here by the magnets. See the movement? And watch, look in here by the magnets. These pieces. Kind of looks the same, but I'm telling you, man, I'm doing the pulling and pushing on it harder so you can see. Now, if I did them, it's hard for me to do them equally because I'm trying to show you how the flex there. You know, it's hard for me to control my hawk strength. So that's kind of what you're looking at. And I'll try to do the same on this one. See, I can't. Just trust me, man. It stiffens up this whole back end, man. This whole cage area gets strengthened by these Hardin Creek magnets. They're bigger, as you can see from the side view. Come on, magnet. See, they look a little taller. You know what I mean, if I could get under this, I could probably show you, but they look taller and wider. You know, they fill up that whole space right here. You know, I get my, see, I can get my jabby in there. Over here, I can't get my jabby in. He's a jabby man. So yeah, the Pro 8 magnets are a must-have. So, I'll come back for a teardown and do a part 2. So what we're looking at is we need spacers, we need our Pro 8 magnets, we need our slabs. We can run with the stock shoes and a single pickup spring, ring pinion rear hub. Alright, we'll do another video, part 2. Slots out.